Hey, what's up YouTubers, and today I will be showing you how to paint one of the new Tau suits, the Storm Surge. Yes, I will be showing you how to paint one of these. Look at that, what a beauty. I actually didn't like them to start with, but to be fair, it looks pretty good. I've got to be honest, it looks quite fantastic. This is one of the commission works that I'll be doing. So I'll show you what colour scheme I'm doing it in, what colours I'll be using, and how it turns out at the end. So yeah, I shall show you that how to do that in just a second. So one of the first things that we ended up doing is basing the model, and all it was just sand, PVA, and then put some sand on top. And that's the sort of base that we start off with. After I've done that, I let it dry overnight, and after I let it dry, I have used the Army Painter Fur Brown spray. So after doing that, once again, let it dry, and we will be onto our first layer, which will be Xandri Dust. So I'll be showing you how it turns out in just a minute. So I've done half of the model to show you guys what it would look like. So the first layer was Xandri Dust. I'll be finishing off the second half of the model, and after Xandri Dust we'll be doing another dry brush of Screaming Skull. So once I've done that, I will be showing you guys the next step. With another dry brush done, this is what this guy looks like now. So bring him up a bit closer so you can see him. So this is a dry brush of Xandri Dust followed by Screaming Skull. I did refer to the Xandri Dust as a layer to start off with. I do apologise, I actually meant a dry brush, so it's two dry brushes. One of Xandri Dust followed by Screaming Skull. Now the next stage is quite important, as it means you could potentially mess up the base. For the next bit, you have to use Agrax Earthshade to ink the base. Once you have done that, you then apply the transfers using hard coat. So you apply hard coat first. After you have applied the hard coat, you then stick your transfer on. After you've done that, you put Lamian medium over the top to pretty much seal it, sort of thing. After that's done, it's quite a messy part, which is the weathering powder, which is Soot Black from Forge World. Like I said, it is quite messy, so make sure that you do it somewhere where it doesn't particularly matter if you get it on the floor or anything, or where you can easily tidy it up. So once I've done those things, I shall show you what it looks like from then onwards. So this is what it looks like after some of the next layers have been applied. For the white bits, we have used Old One Grey. For black, it was Abaddon Black / Chaos Black. The lenses have been done using Dark Angels Green, followed by Moot Green, and a little speck of Old One Grey. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to apply the transfers on this miniature, simply because the person who I'm doing the commission work for, well, they've requested it that way, they want to put it on themselves. One of the other things is the base was dry brush with Screaming Skull again, to bring out all the tiny rocks and stuff. And we're pretty much done. We're on to the last stage now, which will be the weathering powder, which I will be showing you in just a minute. Just a bit of a recap. So we started off using fur brown, we'll let it dry, then we did a dry brush of Xandra Dust, followed by a dry brush of Screaming Skull. Same thing for the base, except after we've done both of the dry brushes, we then went on to put in Agrax Earthshade, let it dry, and then dry brush it back up with Screaming Skull, and then it really brings out all those rocks. For the lenses, it was Dark Angels Green, Moot Green, followed by a tiny little speckle of Ulfam Grey. For some of the details, it was Chaos Black and Ulfam Grey once again. The weathering powder that was used was the Forge World Black Suit, and the transfers would have gone on using Hard Coat and Blaming Medium. Now, I forgot to mention one of the most important parts is using the anti-shine matte varnish to make sure the weathering powder stays on. That's the key part of it. So after you've done everything, make sure to use the anti-shine matte varnish, because that seals all of the paint and it doesn't come off then. So that's pretty much it. With the weathering powders done, this is what the model turns out like. Quite like it, quite like the way it turned out. Another problem is I haven't been able to put all the little pieces of grass on, because once again it was requested by the customer that way. So yeah, that's the finished model. Really like it, really like the way it's turned out. Shame I can't show you what it would have looked like with transfers on. However, I have lined up a couple of examples to show you what some of them would look like with transfers on. So we've got some broadsides, and we've got two different riptides as well. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. So please comment what you think and subscribe. Cheers, bye.